Good evening and welcome to Start Building Me. I'm Dave. This is my nightly training session because consistent training is more important than the duration and the intensity, i.e. how hard you train. You got to train every day, folks, like eating and sleeping. You just have to do it, but you can do it short and sweet. Doesn't have to be an arduous task. In fact, I usually keep it between 15 and 30 minutes here, tops. If you do not work your body will not work, folks. It's that simple. That's the slogan that I keep on repeating here, and every day gets a little bit better. I can see what is causing my green screen issues, so I'm starting to whittle away at that and get that little better. No, I am not drinking the blood of my enemies, folks. I am drinking a tea called Tropic Blue, or sounds like a cannabis strain. Blue Thunder, I can't remember. Something that sounds like a cannabis strain, that's for sure. So nightly, I come here for 15 to 30 minutes tops, answer questions, do some squats and do some push-ups. And like I said, folks, I do this for myself. I know I have to do it because it makes me feel better. I've been rock climbing today. I've walked my dogs. I feel like $1,000,000. But even in the evening, good to see you. That's it. The blood of your enemy is your friends, but this is just tea nonetheless. I have been slaving away in the Start Building Me studio, trying to improve my green screen. And I think I know what it is, the lens flare, which gives me my weird hat thing. So I've made it a little bit better. I think if I go there, it gets worse. Or this side, it gets worse. I can't remember. But, yeah, there we go. There. And I know what it is because I've got a backlight exactly there. And that lights up the screen, so it gets rid of the shadows. So it has its purpose. I just need to make it a little bit higher. So that's easily done, folks. Anyway, let's walk and talk. Like I said, I want to be in and out of this. Just as much as I love it, folks, as much as I love hanging out with my virtual friends online and doing a training session with people wherever they are in the world. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and get a free workout with me at some stage during the day. And folks, it will snowball and compound, and this stuff all adds up, and that's why I've got muscles, folks, because I've been doing this every day more or less since I was about 8 years old. My dad used to do push-ups, a lot of push-ups, and he used to swim a lot, and he got my sister and I doing that from a very young age, and from there on, well, you'll have to wait for the other videos on Start Building Me. I will put down the blood of my enemies. Yeah, why not? I'll use my box tonight. And as you see, if I play around with the color, I look a lot more tropically brown. My hands I've got absolutely annihilated from climbing. So what's this, folks? It's called exercise, right? Specifically, it's called a squat. If you sit down on something like the edge of your bed, on your Jesus. That's what we want to see. More Jesus in the house. As always, welcome our Lord and Savior. Chest supported row with a seated cable. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can do anything you like, right? So basically, all I'm trying to do is get people into the routine, into the habit of doing some sort of exercise. So if you can do anything like TheraBands, cables, anything you want to do for the time whilst I'm here shooting the proverbial, giving out, casting pearls like Jesus. Not quite. I won't try and go the Beatles route of blaspheming, but nonetheless, TheraBands, squats, push-ups, whatever you want to do in the time, ease into it, folks. You don't have to go for broke. We're competing against ourselves and our performance yesterday. That's what Start Building Me is all about, right? So whatever is what you want to do, I'm going to put a whole bunch of different exercises that you can do in the videos up. But I'm working with a video editor who is incredibly slow, and I'm going to have to start taking his job on myself. So without further ado, seated cable rows, push-ups, squats, whatever you want to do in this time. First and foremost, follow what I say and not what I do. breathe. It's the end of the day or the start of the day in Europe or whatever the day is in USA. Breathe, folks. Switch off the social media, apart from this, of course, and switch off your news. Push that stuff out. The sun is coming up tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. So try to keep as positive as you can in this manic world on this Manic Monday. Please don't sue me. Who was that? The Bangles? Just another Manic Monday. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The purpose of what we're doing here, folks, is to get your heart rate up, get your blood pressure up, temporarily albeit, and breathe in. Breathe in, folks. Breathe in. It's still free until the carbon tracking app comes in from your respected governments, charging you a couple of pound a breath, couple of dollary-doos a breath, whatever it's going to be. I don't want to know. Forget about that for the time being. Suck it in, it's free. The biggest novice mistake that people make when they're exercising, and the reason that lactic acid builds up, is because they stay in what is called anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration is when you're exercising for 90 seconds plus and you're not breathing, right? So a flurry of boxing in around, if you're really having to grip your jaw and not breathe, and you're starting to get into anaerobic phase, that's when you'll start building up that lactic acid. That's when it starts hurting. So for this 15-minute duration exercise session, we want to do aerobic respiration, right? We want to make sure that you're breathing in this God-given, Buddhist-given, Allah-given, whatever it is, deity-given air, and just breathe, folks. And whatever it is, I hope you've had a good day wherever you are in the world, like I always say, and I really mean it, folks. The politicians aren't all in this together with us, but we are all in this together. And like I said, it's always darkest just before the dawn for everyone. And I mean, last week I had a pretty bad week. I've been on some medication, and I stopped the medication, and I started feeling really, really depressed. And it's just, you just got to put one foot in front of the other one and just keep on going. And my sister once gave me the quote from Winston Churchill, a horrible man, but nonetheless a very historically relevant person. And he said, when you find yourself walking through hell, keep walking, right? And I have been someone that's fallen too many times that I'm embarrassed to mention that online now. I have fallen down, face down in the mud, and I have come back up, risen from the ashes like the phoenix again and again, folks. That's why I'm doing this, is because I can restart myself like a computer, or like a like a car that can't start. I can get back up and running again and keep on going, folks, and that's what leads to greatness. Is you're gonna fail some things, and you're gonna have to restart them, like me and my green screen, as I noticed my cap disappear there. And that's the whole purpose of what we're doing now. Slow and steady gains, like the hare and the tortoise. Slow and steady wins a race, folks. So we're just trying to get that blood pumping through our body in whatever exercise you choose to be doing here. And like I said, sorry that my content's slow, but I have just been practicing being in front of the camera for a while and getting the hang of speaking, because I'm not an actor, I'm not a salesperson, I'm just a dude. I'm a computer scientist, a computer programmer who has exercised his whole life and have benefited massively from exercising, and that's what I'm here trying to explain to people with content and videos to come soon about why it's been so important for me, and to hopefully try and get people from the Twitch community to look at these videos. It's also on Facebook and YouTube, to say, hey, I've got 5 or 10 minutes. You don't have to stay here for the whole time that I'm here doing these exercises. Speaking of which, you can come, say good day, ask a question if you have to, like Omniband, daddy, whatever you want to say, I don't care. As long as it helps you feel positive, it helps you through your day. I'm always here to listen to people. I love every person on this planet, and I don't discriminate, and I really mean that. My late cousin told me never to judge people, because you never know what people have had in their lives. You never know if they've had bad parents, a bad relationship, a bad job, a bad neighbor, a bad brother. People have... there's a lot of nuance in life, folks, and you got to take the bitter with the sweet. And so, I accept everybody for who they are, and if they want to improve their life, get the blood pumping, folks. It's a good way to start. At least that's what I believe, and I think over time, the more videos I get out here on YouTube, like Whistling Pete and the Simpsons, you don't even have to flick me a quarter and I'll be singing about exercise all day. It's something where, as I said, I can have a bad day and it turns into a good day just by doing a bit of exercise. Because even if you've done nothing all day, and I mean nothing, you've barely been able to get out of bed, you see Start Building Me pop up on Twitch, YouTube, or, Facebook, and you're just like, ugh. Even if you come and you sit on the edge of the bed and you just breathe, breathing's achieving, folks. I love that quote. It's Lil Duval, a comedian, said that. Breathing is achieving, folks. In this day and age, it's so overly competitive. It's a dog-eat-dog world where everybody thinks you've got to be Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg. Forget that. An accomplishment and a meaningful benchmark for you is, like I said, is your performance versus your performance yesterday, folks. And that's really what we're wanting to focus on here at Start Building Me, because once you start noticing that progress that you have, once you start feeling a bit, hey, all of a sudden something's getting a little bit easier, your wrist or your bicep starts getting a little bit bigger, you'll start to realize what I am banging on about on a nightly basis here quite willingly, because, mate, I know for a fact that it works wonders. Like I said, from the amount of times where I've been down in the gutter and have been within the stars within the next week. So breathe, do some squats, do some push-ups with me, listen to my insanity, and chill out, breathe, like I always say. Take a load off, follow what I say and what I do in this instance, and breathe. I'm going to go and watch the 6th episode of that new Sylvester Stallone TV show called Tulsa, Oklahoma, I think it is Tulsa. I've just been playing Cyberpunk. I finished the game though, and I think I've pretty much run. I might go back and play it as a Corp or a Cyberpunk, or what are they called, City Boys or something like that. But I've thrashed it pretty good the last few weeks. The Soccer World Cup's over. Like I said, if you wanted to make money, you should have gone against what I said. And since I wanted France to win, Argentina won. But the funny thing is, that France had a comeback in a big way, and it was looking good for what I said. But then there was a what do they call it? A penalty shootout at the end, and France missed their second and third kicks. Oh man, it's working. I'm getting tired, and I've been talking too long. So I'm going to do probably be another 10, and that would be my 50. We'll do some push-ups or whatever it is that exercise you're choosing, and let's get out of here. Whether you're going to play a video game, watch some TV, go to bed, do some schoolwork, whatever it is, you'll have a bit more blood pumping through your brain, folks. And hey, trust me, it's worth its weight in gold. When I feel tired, I go do push-ups. When I feel tired, I do squats at my desk. Like, it's really important to just do the bare minimum exercise, and I mean the bare minimum. Don't go and sign up at the gym. You don't have to go and play a sport, although I do encourage it. You just really have to come. This can be done, executed in your bedroom, living room, outside, in a car park, wherever it is. You can just do some squats, provided you can you have the use of your legs, and get the blood pumping, get sweaty, and that's all you really have to do, folks. Obviously, if you want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you're going to have to put in a little bit more than that, but it's kind of pointless to have massive muscles, uncoordinated mass, as it's called. You're better off just playing a sport or hanging out with me, Dave, at startbuilding.me. Let's do a few push-ups, and I'm going to drink the rest of my tea and kick back. My hands are pretty ruined after rock climbing today, so I am going to have a pretty casual night and get back into my regular sleeping program after the World Cup. My goodness, it's going to be hard. For the last month or so, I've been getting up all throughout the night because it isn't exactly the time zone, the most desirable time zone to have here when you are... Flip my hat back around into push-up mode and try and get back to bed within reasonable hours. It's been quite wild, but I am obsessed with tournament football, even if I lose every single bet like I did this time around, folks. European Cup the year before last, was it already? Last year? 2021, last year. Yeah, was a better result for me. Anyway, spread your fingers, give yourself a solid base. If you can't do push-ups strictly off your toes, you can do them like this off your knees. Is it a push-up? Well, it looks like I'm pushing my body up off the ground to me. So, whatever it is, what exercise you want to do, like I said, I'm just doing a consistent set because this is what I do. But like I said, over time I'm going to have some diversified exercises to try and accommodate anybody's needs and show them what they can be doing in the interim. But I am just trying to get my blood pumping, trying to keep some core stability out, and breathe, folks. And take a load off. Sit down, breathe. And chill out. Still trying to think. We were talking about Gremlins, Scrooge, Home Alone, what some other Christmas movies are. Die Hard 2. I'm sure there's a whole bunch, but I can't really remember. Another first timer. I am not in a position yet to promote this. This is still in beta. Thank you anyway, and I will get in touch with you when I get to that level. But at this stage, I'm trying to iron out the kinks, and get some content in there before I start promoting it. As there's nothing really to promote at this stage, apart from breathe, spread your fingers. Toes into the ground, look up and breathe, tense your butt. Now I didn't really breathe throughout that entire set. I will try and breathe throughout my set in the future. Because it feels good. And in fact, I'm going to get my drink. I can't even talk about what's in the news, folks, because I don't care. It's been a New Year's resolution of mine for many years not to watch the news. If you want to start building yourself, switch off the news, folks. Throughout time, the media and news has proved to be nothing more than salacious gossip and propaganda. If you avoid it, you're not really being informed. There's no news in news. It's a paradox. One thing you can do, switch off the news. Look after yourself, folks. And look after your friends and families, because that is the more important thing. The news is trying to whip you up into a frenzy and subvert your focus away from yourself, make you feel guilty. Don't bother with that. is, what do we got on the clock? 20 minutes at the moment. I'm going to do 10 more and get out of here, folks. Thanks for hanging out. As always say, like and subscribe so you get that annoying Start Building Me reminder up. And if you're up and about and up for a quick training session, come and get the blood pumping and increase your heart rate, perspire a bit, and then get back to whatever you're doing. And I swear to you folks, a guarantee in life is it will improve whatever you're doing afterwards. Guaranteed. Even if that is sleeping, it will improve the quality of your sleep. So yeah, not useful anymore. I think there was a time where it kept you informed, but those times are long gone. Like I said, and it's just it's getting out of control recently. People send me links and I could be bothered even reading them. It's just garbage, and people get whipped up into a frenzy about them. High on spinach. Well, if you're getting it high on spinach, send some my way. Got chalk on my legs from rock climbing. 10 more, folks, and let's get out of here. I might watch an episode of 1899. I can't upgrade any more cyberpunk characters. Glitching out worse than the character in Cyberpunk. 2, 3, tense your butt. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And we're done, folks. Better than nothing. That is the aim of the game. Have a good night. Love you all.